How y'all doing? I'm TJ Reno, the Wrestling Genius, and we're here at Drinking and Moves.
All right, everybody, taking time out before we get this show started. I want to thank Reaper Apparel for having Drinkin' Mo's be a brand ambassador for their clothing line. They got good stuff. They got t-shirts, they got hoodies, they got beanies, they got lots of great stuff, encouraging everybody to break out of their comfort zone, live their best self, and hey, it's something I try to live every day. Now, be sure when you go and you're finishing filling out your order, use the code Drinking at Moe's, get 10% off, and the link and the code will both be in the description. Let's fucking go. Everybody, welcome Drinking at Moe's. Big Mo here. Yeah, my voice is a little scratchy right now, but hey, I'm getting better. You know the drill by now. YouTube, like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. Helps with that pain in the ass YouTube algorithm. We're most places you can find audio podcasts, so give us a review there. It helps out there. Today, I'm excited to have with me TJ Reno. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, I can't complain. Got some pretty exciting stuff coming up. Some both wrestling and non-wrestling.
Okay.
This weekend, this Friday, I actually got a show where some good friends of mine are going to be wrestling at, and I actually get to see my first ever cage match in person. I've never seen a cage match in person until this Friday, so I'm excited.
That's going to be fun.
Oh, yeah. And there's also
I can't wait to wrestle in a cage match. That'd be so fun.
Oh, man. Yeah, I would. That would be something interesting to actually be one of the guys inside there. That would be something else. And then there's also a street fight and like a Royal Rumble type match on the same show. So it's going to be pretty epic. And then literally the next day, I'm going to be at the Nebraska-Michigan football game. So I'm excited about that.
You got you a big weekend ahead.
that I do. I literally live about little under an hour from the Nebraska stadium, so I'm excited. And then October 9th, the also a date that you got something coming up there that we'll go into that in a little bit. But my wife surprised me with tickets to Monday Night Raw that night because it's going to be here in Omaha.
Wow.
So,
yeah, you got a nice couple of weekends ahead of you.
Oh, yeah. So I'm pretty excited. But getting back to you, because this episode is about you here. First thing I like to start off, first question I like to start off with here is what got you started as a fan? And then what got you started finally when you decided to make the leap into the business?
So I'll tell you right now, I'm 19. I'm 19 years old. I've been watching wrestling since I was about 2 months. I'll have to get the picture from my dad. I have a picture of me sitting in front of the TV looking at the Ric Flair DVD, the 3-part. My dad is a professional wrestler.
Okay.
So I've been in it forever. Like I've been going to shows since I was like a baby. So I finally started. It was natural for me to get in.
Oh yeah, yeah. When you got that lineage there, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll be like I said, he had me watching that two months. Been doing it. I'm going on April. It'll be 6 years. I've been wrestling since 14.
Yep. I was gonna say there's more and more people out there right now getting started at a young age. I mean, I know when I first got started watching independent wrestling, there was my very first show, there was a guy that was getting started training who's now onto some pretty big things. but yeah, I don't think he was past 16 at the time.
Uh-huh. Who
So
is it, you
definitely
know? You remember the name?
Ryan Kidd
Okay.
out in California. I was stationed with the Navy out in San Diego.
Okay. So yeah,
So
I've been 6 years of being April.
that is awesome. And it kind of leads into allowing you to have a hell of a long career. I mean, getting started that young.
Yeah, it's crazy. So by the time I'm 30, I already had 15 in me. Like,
That, that is crazy to think about.
right. Yeah.
And, you know, oh God, some of the people out there right now that got started young. I mean, just look at former guest of mine, Billy Starks.
I love Billy.
She's amazing. I had her on. I think it was the summer before her, what I guess was her senior year, and god dang, now
We
she's
did a show for her. December 9th was her birthday.
okay.
That's when she turned 18. And
Okay.
we ran that show at H2O. And it was her and Matt. I remember that. I had to wrestle a street fight that day. Yeah.
Mm, okay. And yeah, that's that. Oh man, and the stuff that she's up to now, like good lord, getting up there on Ring of Honor, getting to be running right along there with Athena and
Yeah,
stuff.
she's doing big things.
Oh, big things. And I've said this before, the sky is not even the limit for her. She's going to be just continuing to do amazing stuff. And I actually got to meet her once at Sammy Callahan's promotion, Wrestling Revolver.
Okay.
And yeah, nothing but great things to say about her. And then,
She's nice, right? A really nice girl.
oh, totally, totally. I don't know too many people, if any, that could even say a bad word about her.
Right.
And then the other person I was thinking of, who's, I mean, he's right there along with, Tony Khan's promotions, but Nick Wayne doing
Yep.
amazing things.
Yeah, the young boys coming up.
That is true. That is true. And then you brought up H2O, Matt Tremont's promotion,
Yes,
who
sir.
just came up as of recording this. This is, after, but they just passed their 200th live event.
Yes, sir.
That
It
is
was a
awesome.
wild night. It was a wild night.
Yeah, I unfortunately was busy that night, so I didn't get a watch, but I've seen clips getting posted all over. Man, that's the you talking about wild night. Yeah, from everything that I've been able to see, very much, and
Yeah, the
I can only
atmosphere was
imagine watching the whole
amazing.
show.
Yeah, atmosphere was amazing. You got guys like Matt, you got guys like Low Life Louie, Bam Sullivan, Jimmy Tondo, Lion, Johnny Cashmere, the new backseat. Oh, Adonis Valerio, who is fantastic. Frank Benetti, fantastic. Brian Bill, Duncan Aline. You got Rocket, Cecilio Vega, Jess Moss. I love Jess Moss.
Oh,
Declan Grant. I think I said Declan already. Declan is just like the best. Um, Brax, Anthrax. Like, it's a
oh,
bunch of great guys on that roster.
oh,
Bunch of great guys.
most definitely. I've gotten to talk with a few of the people that you brought up there. Jess Moss was great. Loved getting to talk to her, and they seem to get a really good locker room there.
Oh my God. Yes, 100%. Our locker room is, we're a family.
That,
There's never a bad time in our locker room.
I was gonna say that seems to be the common word used when I hear people talk about the H2O locker room for sure. And they also got a big October coming up.
Yes, I can't wait for that. I'm doing
Oh,
so big on there. Yeah, I can't wait for that.
oh yeah, and me being the fan of deathmatch wrestling that I am, I mean Matt Tremont's like Mount Rushmore, the deathmatch stuff. I mean pro wrestling in general, he's great.
Yeah.
It's
What I see, but the thing is, aside for being the most decorated deathmatch wrestler of all time, he can wrestle a regular match. He can wrestle his ass off.
that
There's not
that
a
is
lot of
true.
people out there that could like he did a the ETU show. He did a standing drop kick. He whipped John Wayne Murdoch off and did a standing drop kick like it was nothing at his side.
I think I've seen the footage of that. Yeah, that was something else. And
Yeah,
oh god, I'm just thinking I've been such a fan of that style, and everybody that I've talked to, and I've talked to some big names in the deathmatch community, they always say that it's just like any other type of wrestling when it's done right,
yeah,
just like regular wrestling, but surrounded by the deathmatch elements. So when you are doing it right, you can have people like Matt Tremont,
yeah,
like John Wayne Murdoch. They can
yeah.
go out there and they can have great matches, whether it's death match or regular pro wrestling.
Tommy Vendetta.
Mm,
He can have a great match. Like I said, I'm gonna keep saying his name. Declan Grant. Like Declan Grant could work his ass. He could have the best death match on the card, or he could have the best regular match on the card. Like
oh
it's
yeah,
all that believability. Like Chando just wrestled on Marcus Manders a few months back, and Marcus told him leave the death match shit at home and come. And Chando put on his boots and he like say what you want about Chando. He went in there and he wrestled like. These guys can wrestle. They can step up to the pro wrestling when it needs to be.
oh yeah. And then they also got, what is it, 2 nights in a row there in October. They got shows
Yes,
coming.
sir. So yeah, so we got October 28th for Bound by Blood, and we got October 29th for the Chemont's Deathmatch Tournament, where you
That
got Sam Campbell and Hardway Heater, Ron Bass Jr. I think they were the only ones announced so far.
yeah, as far as I'm aware, yeah, I think those are the only ones I've seen announced so far. But man, Matt Tremont's deathmatch tournament, that is becoming one of like the premier deathmatch tournaments right now. I mean, you got like, Nick Gage Invitational. Uh,
Yeah,
I mean, there's everybody knows about the CZW Tournament of Death, and then
yeah.
you got Matt Tremont's tournament. Just the premier spots when you're, wanting,
When you talk,
you know,
yeah,
most definitely. And then I would be, I would be feeling weird if I did not mention you got something coming up. Also, I mentioned, like I mentioned earlier, October 9th, your birthday bash. Got a
yes,
big show coming up for that. I've seen
yeah.
some of the matches getting announced, including one that you're involved in there.
Yes, we got TJ Reno versus the one called the Manders.
That is gonna be epic.
Yeah, I'm preparing myself. Trust me.
I,
I I
I can.
know I know Manders not gonna go easy, and I wouldn't want it any other way, honestly.
Oh yeah.
But
No, that.
I know the beating is coming. I'm gonna just have to give it right back to him. All my
Oh yeah.
fans, all my family, friends, they're all gonna be there. So I got this. I feel like this is my stepping stone match. This is the match that's gonna take me. So
Oh,
I got
most.
no choice but to just go as hard. We also got my best friend Zach Ravix versus Gigi Everson. Um Black Flash Jordan Saint versus the Menace from Mars Rocket. We got seven-way scramble with Cecilio Vega, Brian Mill, Frank Bonetti, President Hawkins, Homeless Vine, um, um, Johnny Radix. We got we also got Marcus Mathers versus Ty Reno. No, that's my father, Ty Reno, and we all grew up like he watched Marcus grow up just like Mark Angel watched me grow up. So that's gonna be hard hitting. We got Duncan Levine versus Adonis Valerian. Then a few surprises.
Oh yeah, and did I don't remember if you mentioned isn't I mean we've talked about him a few times here. Declan Grant, he's on there. Am I
Yes, so yeah, Declan Grant and Jay Sawyer versus Braxton Anthrax. Anything goes. Whatever those crazy motherfuckers want to do.
that is gonna be intense.
Whatever they
Is
want to do.
Yeah, I remember talking with Jess Moss. It might have been right after her and him had a no rope barbed wire match, and I'm like, God damn! I've actually been able to sit front row for a no rope barbed wire once, and
Seriously?
oh God, that was something else. So I can only imagine the two of them. Oh
Yeah.
God. So that sounds like you got one hell of an amazing show going up there. And hell, happy early birthday. I know I'm a little
Thank
early
you.
there,
Thank you. Thank you.
but definitely a happy birthday. Hope that show, great turnout, all the
Thank
fun
you.
you can have. I know Manders, I got a funny story involving, I think it was the first time I ever met him. Somebody was complimenting my beard. And then he was asking him like how long I've been growing it. And it's been a while. Been I haven't been clean shaven in a long ass time because I got Manders laughing with this one because I told him, man, if I shaved my beard, with this bald head, my head would look like a penis. I got him laughing so damn hard with that. It was hilarious.
That's another guy. Like I know we about to go to war. I know it. But that's another guy I send my messages to for advice. I send my messages to four people for advice. That's one, my dad, two, Manders, three, Marcus Manders, and four, Alec Price.
Okay, all people that I would definitely put a high opinion on their
Right.
advice for sure.
So there's
And
the people I cherish, I respect those people's opinions. So that's they'll give me advice. They'll text back right away, give me advice, watch the match. So I say what you want, but Nando's is he a great
oh
guy.
yeah, oh yeah, I nothing but great things to say about him. I've met him a couple times, coincidentally, both at Sammy Callahan's promotion, Revolver,
Yeah.
and I think the second time was actually him and the rest of the second gear crew. I got to see them live for the first time, and I actually got to tell them the well, a, kind of a compliment, kind of a joke, and they've actually responded on Twitter about this. They say that the second gear crew matches might as well be sponsored by Home Depot with the amount of shit that gets thrown around in there.
Yeah.
I actually got to tell them that in person, and they loved it. And I'm like, okay, I'm good now.
Yeah, those guys are amazing. Old man, sir. They're
Oh,
amazing.
oh yeah, nothing but great things about those guys. Now, the thing when it comes to especially independent wrestling, people take bookings all over the place,
Yeah.
like multiple promotions. What are some of the places you work outside of H2O? Because everybody has their place that's like their, I guess, home base, if you will, and then
Yeah.
they kind of branch out from there.
Um So as of right now, I work for four others. So is We Are One. I work for them. Orochi Pro. I work for them. And I said for all of Linux All Stars. I work for them out in Jersey and ACPW out in Media, PA.
Okay. I think the Oro, I Orochi or Rocho, whatever the
Orochi.
Orochi. I believe I've seen a few of the people that I've been talking to
Yeah.
get posted up on about there, so I've become somewhat familiar with them.
Okay.
So that's awesome, and hope everything continues going well there because I mean
Thank you.
H2O, all those places, and then your big birthday show. You got a lot coming up here in the next
Yeah.
month or so.
Yeah. It's gonna be a busy. And for HTW too this weekend on Saturday I'm wrestling in Philly
Okay,
for a super
awesome.
show. So
That's
I'm from Philly and I never wrestled there before, so I'm excited.
okay. Philly's kind of a hot. I mean, the whole East Coast in different places is kind of a hotbed for independent wrestling. I mean,
Right.
pro wrestling in general, going all the way back to, you know, original ECW, Ring of Honor, CZW, all sorts of places popping up, especially in Philadelphia.
Yeah. I always said Jersey was like my second home because that's where I like primary wrestling. But the fact that I'm wrestling in Philly in front of my people is going to be amazing.
That's going to be awesome. Always great getting to kind of perform in front of the hometown crowd, if you will.
Yes,
Definitely.
yeah.
Now,
It's going to be amazing.
oh yeah, I can only imagine, and I'm very excited for you on that. Now, I have two categories that I kind of like to round stuff off with here, and I try to theme the first one to the guest as much as possible, and it's a bit of a name game where I name off some people, you give me quick thoughts on them,
Okay.
and this time, home base being H2O, figure I'm putting in here some people that have gone through H2O. And then you know what? I'm gonna when I put my notes together, I decided, you know what, I am gonna put in one wild card in here that I thought, and I'll give one little clue before we get started. He's one of the people that recently got released by WWE.
I think I know you talk about. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, you know what? Why not? We'll start off with the wild card.
Okay.
Shelton Benjamin.
That's not who I thought you were going to say. I was going towards Matt Riddle.
Okay. You know what? Shelton Benjamin, then him.
Shelton Benjamin. Like amazing. Like what else can I say? Like the fact it's sad that he haven't won like a major title, but like I was just looking at clips from him and Nakamura from New Japan over the
Mm.
Intercontinental belt, and he was amazing back then. Like so, imagine what he could do now. Like he's in amazing shape. So I would like to see him pop up in New Japan again. Go to Impact. Go to some do the Indies. Come wrestle me. Like
I,
like
that when I
like
put him on
come.
this list, that was what I was thinking of. You
Yes.
and him.
That'd be so fun. Like I would love that. I would love that. And then so many guys, like my own boy Leroy Robinson, who is also in the scramble. He looks up to some business, like to the point he do the pay dirt, the dragon whip. Like he looks up to something. I would love to have him.
Yep. And I'm actually Leroy Robinson there. I'm actually going to be talking with him at the well this next week.
Okay,
So
perfect.
I'm going to be recording with him next week. So that's going to be pretty cool.
And Matt Riddle,
Matt Real.
so talented but self-sabotage, I would say.
You know what? I would have to agree. Somebody that
Self-sabotage.
shows so much promise, so much talent, can really get a crowd behind him. But
Yes,
then some of the stuff that goes on outside of the ring is just
just
it just
hinders him
ends up
so bad.
ruining it for him.
Yeah, yeah. It's unfortunate, but like I said, imagine a Matt Riddle in New Japan.
That would be epic.
Like that would be like great.
Him and hell, New Japan or the other big one over there, Noah.
Noah, yeah, Noah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
him or Shelton Benjamin. I believe Shelton Benjamin's actually already had experience in both.
Yep, he did.
So that, you know, Shelton Benjamin definitely, I would say, could be an asset pretty much any locker room that he decides to go into.
Yep.
You know, in the ring, uh, being one of
Outside of
those
the ring,
people that
being a coach, like he could
exactly,
do it all.
exactly. Now, next up, a guy, well, hell, another former guest kind of brought him up a little bit earlier. Low Life Louie.
He is number one. I love him so much. Like Louis is such good. Like when you see Louis, it's genuinely happiness that he's. Oh, what's up, about that? Like he's so happy to see everybody. Like it's genuine love. Like I hug him all bloodied up and everything. Like oh, I see you next time, brother. Like I love you, Louis. Like he's number one. When he is what he say he is.
Oh, most
So
definitely.
much respect for Louis.
Oh, so much. And you know what? We kind of already talked a little bit about this next person, but I already had her on the list. Billy Starks.
She's just the coolest person.
I
She's
would
the
have
coolest
to agree.
person ever. Like she just sit there, you talk to her, even if it's small conversation, you gain something. Like you gain some type of satisfaction and happiness from just talking to her. Great person
Oh, most definitely. I
and great wrestler. Oh my
oh,
God, great
totally.
wrestler.
I got to see her, like it mentioned. I got to meet her at in person at Wrestling Revolver after having her on the podcast. And I forget who all else was in this match, but it was a multi-person scramble. And
Mm. I love
first
me a
time I
good
got to see
scramble.
her in person, and it was like, oh my God, the whole match was amazing. And then finally getting to see, Billy Starks actually in person in the ring, it was some.
Like even down to the theme song, I love that song. Like everything, her presentation is perfect.
Oh, most
Big
definitely.
Jesus, everything is great.
Yep, exactly. Last but not least, the guy behind H2O, Matt Tremont.
Father figure.
I definitely get that vibe about him.
Um, we got to Miss Chrissy in there too. They're the mom and dad at H2O. We all their children, and they treat us phenomenal. Like I've been with H2O for over a year now. And little backstory about Matt. I've known Matt since I was a little kid. Him and my father used to wrestle around with each other back in what was that? DWF out in Woodbury, New Jersey, I wanna say. Um you could talk to him whenever. You could talk to him whenever. Like go into the office and just have a conversation. If he has a if he's in a bad mood, he's not taking it out on you. If you just want to say what's up, he make you feel like H2O have made me feel so welcome. Like I've got a place there. I could go to Matt to wherever I want. I could go to Matt whenever I need to talk or I have an idea. I want to pitch something. I would not be doing this show if it wasn't for him because in his building, he provided me the building, he provided me the ring. He's just being a team player all the way around. Um, I'll do anything that man had. And actually one of the funniest guys, and like he's funny as hell. You gotta catch him at that time, but he's funny, and he do how you doing, TJ? I'm like, all good. Like, oh, that's all he said, all good. And we actually used to like tally down like how many times Matt gonna say all good today, and then we actually find ourselves like she'll be like, how you doing? You good? Like, yeah, all good, all good. And we actually had a show called All Good, and like I said, it's just amazing. But yeah,
that is.
I love it.
I've I've wanted to have him on the podcast. At one point we were going to, but with the schedule that guy keeps, he's kind of in the
Yeah,
same boat with John Wayne Murdoch in this sense, where they're a
yeah,
damn machine with the schedule that they keep.
yeah.
And hell, with John Wayne Murdoch, it took me damn near a little over a year actually to get the recording date nailed down and to like actually get it done.
Oh
And
shit, really?
that with Matt Tremont there, I think I kind of, with the schedule that he keeps, I think I kind of fell through the cracks a little bit. I don't take it personally,
Yeah,
but and everybody that I've talked to since then, it's just like, yeah, no, you can get it done. Excuse me. But still, he's one of those guys that, wow. I told you I was getting over a little
yeah,
something,
it happened.
but he's definitely one of those guys that I still want to have on. Like out of the out of my top like four deathmatch related people that I've wanted to have on, let me see, three, five, top five actually. I had to do the math in my head. Math in my head is not my strong subject. I've had so far, I've had three of them on.
Mm,
Alex Colon, Madman Pondo,
mm.
John Wayne Murdoch. Now
That's a
I'm
good
one.
list.
I mean, Low Life Louie definitely like a tie for one of those in there. But Matt Tremont, and then my last one might be a bit of a reach because, I mean, hell, Nick Gage. Nick Gage,
Mhm.
he's like, if I could have him on, oh my God.
You fulfilled already. You can have a boy.
Oh man, like this is a guy that I could go on and on about. I could go on and on about Tremont and him, but Nick Gage, I've like the matches of his that I've seen, especially with GCW.
Yeah.
It's like the moment that first note of his entrance hits, that place turns into like a goddamn
The
mosh
boss
pit.
pit. Yes.
And it's like every time I see it, it just makes me think, damn it, I want to be there. Like I don't have to
Definitely
be
like
like,
it's pretty like definitely an AC.
yeah, definitely. And it's like I don't even have to be front row. I just
Right.
want to be. I could be anywhere. I could be general admission closer to the back. I don't care. I just want to be in there.
There. Right.
Most definitely. Now, second category, I have some kind of random questions. Some might be wrestling related, some might not be. I
Okay.
give you the question, you give me your first answer that pops into your head. First one, craziest in match moment for you.
Uh, my best friend kicked me in my throat recently.
Ooh, that
Yeah.
would be a crazy moment.
I felt like I had to like pause for a little bit and like actually like check to see if I was cool. Anytime I was bleeding, I had to like check like if I really bleeding.
Mm,
I took a H2O show. It was me and Big Red. and I went and did a suicide dive and went completely on the other side of him. And we don't use pad in this concrete,
Yeah.
so my hip smacked first,
Ooh.
right to, and I fell into chairs and a cooler, and
Ooh.
the pain shot from my hip to my ass up to my back.
Oh.
Like the whole crowd was like paused, and they looking at me. And I remember one of my closest friends, his girlfriend was there. On Rocket girlfriend was there, and Rocket, she was just staring at me, and she would not stop staring at me. And I look at her, I said, "I'm okay," and she finally sat down. And then like you gotta let it take a little while to let the pain settle in. I stood up and they started going crazy. And then like for the next couple weeks until like a month, I was in pain.
Oh boy, I can only imagine. I when it comes to this category, I try to like truly keep it random questions,
Yeah.
but I usually keep that one in there because I love hearing the stories behind some of these moments, like yours, like oh god, one that I can think of off the top of my head was actually involved New Jack at a ECW show, and it involved them actually going through a wall and
Mm.
Paul Heyman yelling at him afterwards.
I can just imagine Paul Heyman yelling at New Jack.
Yeah. And one that I've actually seen in person actually involved Jake Christ versus Joel Bateman in a death match. And it happened right after a Monsters Ball match, like literally
Mm.
the next match.
Oh
And
wow.
they were like getting ready to like clean it up and stuff. And Jake rolls in, is like, fuck that, leave it, let's go. And then there's like thumbtacks, barbed wire, and shit all over the place.
That's
And
awesome.
it ended by them taking 4 folding chairs, bridging 2 panes of glass on there, and then they go into the corner. And then I see Bobby Olson, his right hand man, or Jake's right hand man, roll in, and I'm like, what the hell is he digging out of his pocket?
It was,
It was lighter fluid,
yeah,
and they lit the glass on fire.
yeah. Brandon Kurt and Bill Sullivan just did they did a fire spot a couple of months back, lit a TV on fire,
Oh,
and then I think they following that they had a Stairway to Heaven, and
okay.
they went through they put a Danny Havoc hardcore title, and they put they lit the pane of glass on fire, and Brandon fell from the ladder to the to the fire glass.
Yeah. I actually got to talk with, not for the podcast, but I actually got to talk with both of those guys in the match that I saw afterwards. Joel Bateman all bloodied up. I actually got a picture with him. And then Jake, I got to talk with. And man, I just remember talking to him like, what the heck were y'all thinking with
Yeah,
that?
yeah, they be crazy.
Next question, one that I don't believe I've actually asked too many people. Hardest hitter.
Zach Ravix.
All right.
Um, yeah, he my best friend. Even
Okay.
though they say you hit your best friends a little bit harder, he fucks me up. I feel like every time we wrestle, we leaving with something. Either he leaving with a star under his eye. I'm leaving with bruises up and down my arm from his kicks. He kicked me in my dick before.
Oh,
He's the one that kicked me in my throat. I
okay.
dislocated I moved his jaw one time
Ooh.
from forearms. We fuck each other up. Who else? I know Mandar's gonna be my hardest hitter in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
I know
I
my answer gonna change. Oh my God, we were training one time and we were doing forums, and Matt hit me with a Matt hit me with a forum, and it flew me all the way back to the middle rope. Yeah,
yeah,
and my
I can
I wrestled
imagine.
my dad a couple times, and he
Oh
hits
yeah,
hard.
I yeah, I. But yeah, you bring up Tremont and Manders there. I can imagine. I mean, hell, I've witnessed it in person with Manders.
Yeah,
Those guys can knock the hell out of somebody.
yeah. So prepare my jaw.
Definitely, definitely. Now, next one here at my house, my wife and I, we have both of these, but dog or a cat person?
I got both, but I'll go with dog. I got
Yeah,
a little Yorkie at home. I'm in college right now, so I'm not around them, but
okay,
I got a little Yorkie at home, and
okay.
he don't do no bad in my he do no wrong in my eyes. Don't yell at my dog. Don't hit my dog. Don't walk my dog. I got it. Like
Yeah, no. My wife and I we have both. We got an English bulldog and a Great Dane
ooh,
that just turned a year old.
wow.
She can be a little bit of a terror, but I love her to bits. I love her to bits.
Yeah.
And then we got three cats, and one of them just loves the hell out of me for some reason. Like literally, I'll be laying in bed and he'll crawl right on top of me and use my beard as a pillow. It is the
Cats
weirdest
don't
thing
have
ever.
no cats don't have no boundary respect.
Yeah, pretty much. Now, next question I have here, I looking back behind me here for those that'll watch on YouTube, I got some of my one of my hobbies here. I'm a bit of a wrestling wrestling and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle action figure collector. Like I said, one of my hobbies. You got any hobbies outside of wrestling?
Um, I like bowling.
Bowling? Okay,
I bowl a lot. I love bowling.
I can respect that. Back growing up in when I was in high school, I was actually a part of a bowling league in my hometown,
Oh wow.
and now I don't go near as much, but I always end up whenever my wife and we've gone out a few times with friends of hers bowling, and she's like, "Please don't try to show up anybody here." And I'm like, I can't make any promises. I'm not just gonna purposely
Go
throw the
easy.
ball down the gutter, but we end up having a good time.
That's good.
Now, this one, another one of my questions in this category that I like to keep in. Last but not least, and with somebody, a young one in the business, but what would you say is either some of the best advice you would have for anybody wanting to get into wrestling, or we can spin this. What is the best advice for the business that anybody's given you?
Okay, I can answer both of those with the same answer.
Okay.
Have fun. Just have fun. Have fun with it. Like there's a lot of wrestlers out here that take themselves so serious and forget, like, yo, we're working together. Let's have fun. I was like at H2O, I'm wrestling some of my best friends. Like me and Zach go out there, we kill it. Me, Rocky, and Cecilia, we go out there and kill it. Benetti, we go out there and kill it. Hawkins, like Brett, just have fun with what you're doing. It's like, yeah, take it serious because like your life is always on the line, but have fun while you're like you don't gotta take everything so serious, especially in this business. Like I'm 19, those guys are like under 25. Like like have fun. These are your young years. Have fun, get signed, make as much fans as you can, make as much money as you can, and have
Yeah.
fun.
No, that definitely great advice because, yeah, you want to be able to take aspects of it seriously. Like you
Right,
don't want to make it a you don't want people to think you're taking it as a joke, but
right,
you want to go out there and just have fun because like a lot of things in life, a lot of people take oh, there we go. But as I was saying, a lot of people take a lot of stuff way too seriously.
right.
And what sometimes you just gotta remember, what? Have fun with it.
Have fun with it. And like we so quick, like, and like I'm still learning to have fun with it as well. Like we so sometimes we don't have the chance to have fun with it because we always on the go, so we always thinking about the next booking. But I've learned to like slow down, be in the moment, stay in the middle of the ring, look at the crowd that paid their money to see you, appreciate that they wanted to come see you, appreciate that they whether they're cheering for you or booing you, you're getting a reaction out of them. Appreciate the fact that they took like my show is on a Monday. The fact that people are going to come out on a Monday and spend their money to watch us wrestle, we better one take it serious, but two, we better have fun with it.
Oh yeah, most definitely. There, like take aspects of it seriously, but then, like we've mentioned, not to sound like a broken record, have fun with it.
Have fun. Have fun. Why not?
Most
Why not have
definitely,
fun?
definitely. Now, before we go, where can people find you social media wise? So if they don't already have their eyes on you, they can go ahead and get them there.
Twitter at TJ Reno Pro, Facebook at TJ Reno, and Instagram TJ Reno Wrestles.
All right. We will get all that in the description, but that is about all I have for tonight. I want to thank you for taking the time to talk to me tonight, and best of luck out there with the big month H2O is having. And you know what? Best of luck and happy birthday with that
Thank
birthday
you. Thank you for
show.
having me, man. I had so much fun. Thank you for having me.
That means a lot. Have a good one.